Hi guys, Woodsman500 here. Hunting season is here, officially, and of course, as you know, I'm a big hunter. I love to go hunting. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time today about picking out your air rifle. This is mine. This is a Benjamin nitro piston air rifle. This is the one that I bought this summer. Buy it in the summer. This is so when the squirrels start coming out, the ones with the bigger tails, bigger bushier tails, you can have a good gun sighted in, you know how to use it, and you can go out and you can stalk your squirrels or your rabbits. But today, I didn't want to talk about this gun. I wanted to talk about picking out your gun, the one that's meant right for you. I usually tell people the same thing. When you go in to buy one, I get them to take it out of the box for you. Usually, if it's a higher price rifle, they'll let you do it. The first thing you want to do is take your gun and take it and hold it straight up. And if it doesn't have the scope on it, that's alright. Just look straight up the barrel of the gun, or if it has a scope on it, usually look up the scope. Because when you're shooting at a squirrel, you're not necessarily always going to be looking straight out. Sometimes you'll be looking straight up a tree at them. And if it's not comfortable that way, usually it's better if you keep looking at different guns that you can go and buy. Pistol grip handle, they're great. Thumb hole stocks, not so much a fan of, just because I find them awkward and you have to find that thumb hole. And the pistol grip is a lot better. It makes it lighter, less stock for you to be carrying around, and you can get a really good grip onto it and really use the rifle well. Another thing that I found out, make sure when you buy your gun, you put on your scope, make sure your scope is tight. Because if it's not, you may be shooting at a target or a squirrel, you may be shooting, it'll hit one spot and then it'll go in a different direction. Because when you pull on that target, when you shoot that target, the scope will move inside your things. So what I like to do is, when you're sighting it in, shoot it, hit the spot, then just lightly tap the back and the front of your scope, and then shoot again and see if it hits in the same spot. And if it doesn't, then that means that you should go and tighten these up. Tighten these up, maybe even the side ones. And the thing about the strap came with the gun. Usually there's not a whole lot to straps. Make sure you got one that's long enough, that's comfortable, that you're going to use. Comes in handy, especially if you're walking in on a big hike. These things are great, and when you're not shooting at anything, always make sure that this thing down here is always tight, because if you don't, sometimes that'll come loose. You'll lose that little pin in there, and most of the time your gun will fall, and then you won't have your scope sighted in. You'll have to go through it all over again. Make sure it's the right weight. Don't buy a gun that's too heavy. This one is a little bit more on the heavier side, but still, it's a good gun. That's about it for the gun side of things. But like I said, the main thing is get it up and look straight up either the barrel or the scope. Another thing that you should always do with all your guns is lubricate them. This is Remington Dry Lube. I love Remington. Just because they've been in the business for so long. And I've worn their clothes and used pretty much all their stuff. So go get yourself some Remington. They've got a lot of different lubrications for your different kinds of guns. But usually this is the stuff this is the dry lube. It's doesn't stay wet inside the gun. It lubricates it, but it stays nice and dry and still does a good job of lubricating it. This ranges around $7 a can, so it's not too pricey, but it still keeps your gun firing well. And when you're shooting it, you know when you need to oil it because all the pellets don't fire at the same speed. Sometimes you might see one go a little bit slower than another. So that means that you need to oil it, and you'll notice a huge difference with your gun in its performance. Another thing is safety. I've just got a master lock for my case. Works fine. The only thing is you can't put a trigger lock on it because the gun's too thick. That's a lot of cases with the new pellet guns that are coming out. The stocks are so thick on them that you can't put on a trigger lock. So go and pick yourself up one of these. Usually a lot of the cases have the little holes in them so that you can put one of these locks in, but I'll talk about that when I get to my case. But always have a good lock, especially if you got a $400, $500 gun on you. I always use this. It's just a scope cover. Even in the woods, I leave this on until I hear something, then I take it off. It just keeps your scope from being scratched. Also, on my pellets, this is what I carry my pellets in. I carry one of these. It's like a little, a soft scrubber for on your scope. I just keep that with me just in case, I get a little bit of dirt on it. I'm halfway through the day. It just saves you a lot of grief, and it might be the key to getting that squirrel that you might miss. On to pellets. There is a huge range of pellets that you can get. Usually I like to stick with Crosman. The best name that you can get for pellets. These are the pointed ones. I buy the pointed ones for target shooting because they have a little bit more speed, a little bit more penetration, and they usually, sometimes they fly straight, sometimes they don't, but usually they're better for target shooting. If you're sighting in a gun, great to have some pointed pellets. For hunting, I go hollow point. This does a really good job of taking down a squirrel. This is the packaging that they come in. I buy them in bulk. But these are great pellets. They do a lot of damage to a squirrel. It might not seem like, it might not because it's such a little pellet, but still, I always buy the hollow points. If you notice, this is half a can here. This isn't a full can of pellets. This is just half a can. As you can hear, after I get it screwed on, they're really noisy. Especially if you're walking through the woods, that's all you can hear is that. So not always the best option. What I always like to do with them is I like to get one of these things that come in a binder now. They're great. They're little pouches for erasers and pens and whatever. I always carry these now. I just put it in my pocket, and it doesn't make any noise at all. It's really quiet, and you can't hear it because it's not that tin. Another thing is that there's a zipper on it. Makes it 10 times easier than having to unscrew that's tin and then re-screwing it when you're done. Especially if you need to go dig another pellet you might have missed. Have to unscrew it and screw it shut because you're going to lose all your pellets if you don't. And also it's a lot quieter. But those are pretty much the pellets I use. All 5.5 millimeter. I have a Flambeau Outdoors case. Great case. These are the holes that I was talking about on them. Right in there, that's where you put your lock. It just locks in there and your gun is locked and nobody's going to get into it. But a good case is always important, especially if you're doing a lot of traveling. Maybe you're target shooting at different events. Always important important to have good padding on the top and on the bottom of your case. Nice and thick too. But the main thing is make sure that there's some on the top and some on the bottom. And that'll keep your gun nice and safe. It'll keep it nice and it won't move around a whole lot. That's the main idea of a case. So a good little case. This ranges around $30. The tins of pellets, they range around $12 a case. For 500, those are the hull points. The pointed ones, they're a little bit more on the pricey side. But always get yourself a good case. It'll save you a lot of grief when you get out to your hunting spot and you won't have to sight in your rifle. So that's pretty much it. Woodsman 500 here. Go, shoot yourself a little squirrel, pick yourself up a gun, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.